Hello, I'm the CICADA REVOLT, and this is day 20 of me conquering the world. And today we have a table of context. I will tell you what we're going to go through today because I want to cover a lot. The first thing is, and I've talked about it all the time, is the system is rigged against you. That's chapter 1. Number 2 is me believing that your mindset is what gets you through everything, okay? That's chapter number 2. It's up to you it's up to the way you think, okay? And that we're gonna briefly cover CICADA REVOLT. Just have to throw it out there. And then we have a little intermission, and you'll see what that is later. But a little intermission. And number 4 is why lean muscle mass is important for aging, and you're gonna learn that later. And the last one is just brief recap and goodbyes, and that's what we're going over today. So now we're jumping right into number 1, why the system is rigged against you. And in reality, it's rigged in a way. I could talk about this from so many different angles. One of the angles, or not one of the angles, this video right here is really where I get half of my information from, and I don't even want to talk about what he talked about because he already did all the heavy lifting. It's I think a 24-minute video, very, very good. The reason I'm suggesting this video is I don't really care much to hear about why the system is rigged against me. I'm going to ignore that, right? But he really talks about, in the end of the video, things you can do to overcome that. He talks about alternative ways to bank, different ways to bank. I'm not so informed on that, so it's a good resource to have. He talks about ways to, eat more affordable, all this different stuff, which is great. So I want that video to be out there so you can know. It's going to be in the description below. So yeah. Other things about the system being rigged against you is, how when you try to do anything right, let's say you try to wake up earlier, you try to do this or that, and you always find yourself being sucked into cheap dopamine, which would maybe just scrolling on your phone, watching. You have a day off, and instead of doing all the things you need to do on your day off, like doing your chores, planning for your future, whatever it is, you're just streaming Netflix. The thing is, they want you to attempt to break out of the system and then realize I'm so weak. They want you to feel like that. They want you to feel down and out about your life so you can never change, okay? The whole point is when you fall back on old habits, you realize I'm falling back on old habits. Do you know what that means? That means you were breaking through. The pain you're feeling is called you realizing what I'm currently doing is bad for me, and just because it feels comfortable doesn't mean it's good for me. It's bad because it's holding me back, holding you back from what you could actually be. It's hundreds of years ago, life for humans was so much harder, and they did so much harder work, and they endured so much more difficult lives for us at their own expense, right? It wasn't necessarily good for them. Maybe it was. Sometimes maybe they had more freedom in some ways, but they could also die out in a lot much easier fashion, right? But now we have all the freedom, all the ability to move past that, but we coddle ourselves. We feed our cerebral cortex constant stimulation, and we never give ourselves a chance to think and question whether or not this is the life we want to live, okay? That's number 1. Number 2 is going over to your mindset. This is little segue to chapter 2 about it's your mindset. One of my biggest icks is when I tell someone, oh, you should do this, you should do that, and their immediate response is, I cannot. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean you cannot? And oh, I just can't. I'm like, yeah, but why can't you do anything? It's they say, yeah, it's so hard for me to get to work. I have to do this or that. I have to commute through here, blah, blah, and they give you some excuses, right? And you say, oh, why don't you just do this instead? And they're like, yeah, I can't do that. I'm like, all right, maybe you can't do it right now, but you could make steps to obtain that goal, nothing is unattainable. The only thing is that's when people say they can't do something, it's not that they can't do it, it's that the price they need to pay to obtain that future is too much for them to pay. So whenever you think to yourself about anything, I cannot do this thing, no, that's not the truth. The truth is I can do what that thing is. I could go to college, I could become a lawyer, whatever it is, but I'm not willing to pay the price to obtain that future. So you can do it. You're choosing not to, okay? Right now, Very simply, I am gonna create Cicada Revolt by New Year's Eve day, 2026, right? December 31st. I'm gonna create Cicada Revolt. You don't know what it is yet. I know what it is. But what matters is I don't necessarily know all the steps I need to do to create Cicada Revolt, right? Today is February, what is it, 16th? Today is February 17th, right? I don't know every single step I need to do to create Cicada Revolt. But is that gonna stop me? It's like, what do you want, bro? What do you want? You want all the answers to be, you want everything to be handed to you? You just want everything to be super easy? It's not gonna be like that. Also, I have a point and I gotta pause. I'll be right back. Alright, so your mindset literally creates the life you want, okay? If you believe bad things are always coming your way, you always get the short end of the stick, you know what you're gonna get? You're always gonna notice the bad things. Let's say it's like a rainy day or whatever and you're working in the rain, right? I work in the rain sometimes. And you could be like, I'm working in the rain, my clothes are gonna be soaked, I'm gonna be blah blah blah, I'm gonna be like cold all day, all this stuff, right? And if I'm working in the rain, I'm gonna be like, sometimes I do think that, I'm not gonna lie to you, but sometimes I think, oh, it's like nice and it's like not raining too bad. Like it could be like fucking, it could be freaking pouring, but it's not pouring. It's not really that cold. It kind of feels a little nice. Like I don't know if it smells good. Like I will think not like, oh, it's like a perfect day. Blah blah. I do like the rain a lot. Okay, I like the rain a lot. All right, so your mindset literally creates your future for you. Okay, if you believe bad things are coming your way, it's more likelier than not that you're going to get bad things and notice the bad things. But if you have a more positive, view on life, you're not necessarily. I'm not necessarily saying you're gonna ignore all the bad things that come your way. What you are gonna see is, oh, I got in a car crash, but I'm alive. That business failed. Like it literally failed, right? But I learned these 3 really important key lessons about, that business opportunity and why that didn't work and why this could have worked better. Like what I'm saying is not, I'm not here to tell you lies about if you just believe everything's gonna be all right, it will. No, it's not gonna be all right, but it will be better if you attempt to do things and you fail. Okay. Anyways, the reason we're here right now is because I found this study. This vague study from like a YouTube channel like a while back, and it said people who believe that they are lucky literally are luckier than people who believe on the contrary. If they attract bad luck, they're going to attract bad luck. This is just a random article, and I don't know if it was the exact article, but I'm going to just read you an excerpt from it, and it's going to be linked below as well. Lucky people generate their own good fortune via 4 basic principles. They are skilled at creating and noticing change opportunities, make lucky decisions by listening to their intuition, creating self-fulfilling prophecies via positive expectations, and adopt a resilient attitude that transforms bad luck into good. Kind of what I was talking about earlier. You're always gonna, it's like, I understand, I do believe in, toxic positivity, where it's like, sometimes you do want to like, just feel like, not great, and I'm not going to tell you, you have to feel every moment of your life is the best day ever. No, you don't have to feel like that. All you have to do is acknowledge it's not the worst day ever, or it's not the worst point of your life ever, okay? I'm not telling you to ignore the pain that comes your way. I'm telling you to take it, receive it, and let it go. Okay. Oh, someone badmouthed you yesterday at the office. Okay, take it, acknowledge what happened. Maybe this was what you did bad. Maybe this is what they did bad. Maybe you really didn't deserve that. All right, now let it go. Let it go. And then you go the next day at the office, and I didn't get yelled at today. Just be a little bit more positive in receiving the world around you. After that talk about mindset, I want to talk to you about a little song that made me feel pumped up, okay? The song is called Nightshade by Sam Quealy. It's right here. And this is where the intermission comes in. I'm going to give you a little dance, little dancey dance with random music playing because I can't, copyright reasons, but the subtitles that pump me up will be on the screen. All right, we're back, and I hope that pumped you up for the next topic. The next topic is the one thing that this lady in this YouTube video, so it's not me, and that's linked down below as well. This lady in this YouTube video said will help you in old age. She said it was lean muscle mass. This is an image from the YouTube video. I just so you know, I put in what the 3 steps she says that you need to do like weekly and daily to stay healthy in old age. And I want to emphasize as well, this is not just for my, if you guys are 15 you guys and watching this, it's not for my 20-year-olds, it's not for my 30-year-olds, it's not for my 40-year-olds, this is for everybody, my 50-year-olds, my 60-year-olds, for everybody that can move. Use your body, okay? I don't care what age you are watching this, you move. It's not about getting fat and ripped and being like, that guy in the gym. It's about being that guy in the gym who's 50 and still lifting weights, okay? I saw this video on Instagram the other day. I was really inspired by it, and I tell my mom and my dad every day, go to the gym, because it's not about being strong. It's about not being old, okay? And that, you retain that. And I think I put it up already. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is the lean. This is all the benefits from lean muscle mass. This is what it helps. Okay, it helps your immune system, your brain, how your metabolism in general. She said 3 things you need to do to keep it and maintain it throughout your life are: 1, lift heavy. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. This is what the slide she put up. But just 3 times a week, lift heavy 3 times a week for 4 sets. So she said lift heavy 3 times a week. If that's what this says, I'm having a hard time interpreting it. But I believe she said lift your max weight, your max ability 3 times a week for 4 times in each interval, 4 times that day, okay? And yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. The second thing was, she didn't have a slide for it, but does she have a slide for it? No. The second thing was to jump 20 times. She said it's good for your bones, and that's good for your bones, okay? I'm not the expert, okay? That's what she said in her slide. So jump 20 times. Lift heavy, jump 20 times. The last thing was about running. No, right here. Last thing was about running. She said, what did she say? She said every day, daily, do a brisk walk, a little nice walk, for 45 to 60 minutes a day, just get your heart pumping. So yeah, just that's what you need to do. 45 to 60 minutes a day of a good walk. And she said twice a week you need to sprint, you need to speed it up. I think she said 20 minutes, but I'm not sure. Go back to the video, watch the whole 15 minutes. I think it's good. I think when it comes to your health, a little bit of time is worth it, okay? So yeah, and the last thing she said was try to control your glucose spike. She didn't. I know the site says no glucose and no insulin spikes, but what she really said in the video was try to minimize how often you spike yourself with glucose and everything, okay, and insulin and all that. So it's very straightforward, and these are the effects, or the benefits, obviously, of what that can have. Yeah, that's basically it. That's basically it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope this video had a lot of knowledge for you. I'm gonna try my best to start including more stuff in these videos, more outside references, because I don't want this just to be me talking about whatever. This is all about us conquering the world. I know it says me conquering the world, but I want you to conquer the world with me. I want to have a group of people with me to resist their mind control, okay? Don't forget, CICADA REVOLT, New Year's Eve day. CICADA REVOLT. Be the change. And I've given you a plethora of changes that we can make together, okay? My go-to is try one new habit. Try one of the things I said in this video for 14 days. And if you don't like that thing, try something else. But I would say give yourself a range of 14 to 30 days, because the better, more, confident range. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned one good thing from this video. Check out the things below. It's not all about me. You have to, fact check your stuff. I'm not God. I don't know everything in this world, so fact check your stuff. I hope you enjoy my dancing. I hope you like that song. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you on the next one, okay? Ciao.